What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I believe this is the final trade deadline video. I do have two more baseball videos that are going to be following this for today, but this is the final trade deadline video that I plan on doing. As somewhat of a surprise trade, but then I realized after I read the article, I really didn't know this guy as well as I thought I did. But I'm still here to talk about it as well. In a surprise trade somewhat to me, the Royals parted ways with Whit Merrifield, who was traded to the Toronto Blue Jays. And in return, the Royals received Max Castillo and Samad Taylor in return for the All-Star. I didn't realize that Merrifield's 33 years old. I didn't think he was that old yet. But he's apparently been with the organization since he was drafted in 2010. Again, I did not realize that he's been around for that long, because he only made his major league debut in 2016. And he's definitely been a very underrated, performer since, he's played with the Royals in the Royals post-World Series days when they were on the downfall after they lost, some of their core players that led them to winning the World Series in 2015. But he's done several great top of the order things, and being one of the more productive hitters in the league that seems to be overlooked. He has twice led the American League in stolen bases. He's also done it in hits twice as well. And he was also at a pair of All-Star games. He, of course, he's paced the circuit in doubles and swiped 40 bags as of last season, although his offensive output has begun to dip a little bit. He has probably had the worst offensive season of his career while going into for this trade. He has played 2 games with the Blue Jays. He's hitting .240 in 420 plate appearances. Most of those reflecting over his poor start in April. He only hit a .141 in April, but he's hit from May onward, he's hit .266, and he's connected on just 6 home runs. Merrifield never meant to be a home run hitter, but of course he brings a lot of high contact to the Blue Jays lineup. He's going to be also kind of like a little bit like a utility man with the Blue Jays. Definitely an option for second base. I think that's where Cavan Biggio's been playing most of his time, but of course he's been up and down, so he's definitely a good person to push him with. Also get him some time in the corner outfield as well, as he's capable of playing. Let me see here. Of course, they're definitely a bit surprised also because, like Andrew Benintendi was mentioned, Whit Merrifield was placed on a restricted list back when the Royals were going to Toronto to play the Blue Jays, because you're not allowed to go to Toronto if you're not vaccinated, unfortunately. And apparently Merrifield's one of them. But he has opened up recently, when he was on the trade market apparently, that he is willing to do it to be able to play for a playoff contending team. And he is still on contract for another year. I think he's not actually 2 years. I think he's he has a mutual option for 2024. So he still could be, with the Jays for a bit, maybe. Who knows? And then like I said, it just seemed like, Merrifield, of course, has seemed to been a trade target for several years, but the Royals were holding on to him to try to, when they're in their rebuilding process. Like I mentioned back with Salvador Perez's injury video I did. Him seemed like a guy that, I was surprised they hadn't really, moved on from him, but he was a piece, and Merrifield was a piece they seemed to be trying to build a team around, which I can respect. But again, 33 years old, offense is starting to dip a little bit. It may be time to move on, so that's why I'm okay with the Blue Jays making this move, just to give them a little bit of a boost. Like I said, they had some players like a Cavan Biggio, who, yes, he's Craig Biggio's son, but he definitely is not. I mean, unlike, the rest of the team of sons, that's why I'm calling the Blue Jays a team of sons. They got Cavan Biggio, son of Craig Biggio, Bo Bichette, son of Dante Bichette, and of course Vlad Jr., son of Vlad Sr. Cavan Biggio is the only one who hasn't really seemed to, find his niche yet on the big league roster. He's been so back and forth between big leagues and minors. But I think a veteran like Whit Merrifield would be a good person to try to push him as well. And also kind of, you know, add to their needs a little bit to help give them a little more of a push, since they're contending for a wild card spot as well with the Rays and Mariners, and I'm sure a few other teams may still hang around in the hunt for that as well. So we will have to wait and see. What Merrifield does with the Blue Jays. Of course, the biggest thing is if he can put his rough April behind him, which he seems to have done so far. So we'll see. But that's my thoughts on the Blue Jays acquiring Whit Merrifield. And again, the last of the trade deadline videos that I have to do, what I wanted to do. Again, there was some I didn't talk about, like, you know, Raziel Iglesias getting acquired by the Braves. I don't know much about him, though. Again, with the Twins getting Jorge Lopez, talk about that briefly in my Michael Fulmer video. But again, I don't really know Jorge Lopez. I think the biggest one I didn't touch base on really is the Frankie Montez trade. But like I said, I don't really know Frankie Montez. And again, quite frankly, he came from the Athletics. The Athletics this year is a team of, like, who? Like, I have nothing to be invested in when it comes to the Athletics. There's really nobody there that I know. You can say the same maybe about a few other teams. Like the Diamondbacks, not too many people left there that I know that. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that's my thoughts again on Whit Merrifield being traded. Be sure, of course, to check out any of my trade deadline videos as well. And again, there's still more content where it's come to the channel as always. So guys, once again, leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. Until then guys, I am checking out. I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everybody.